Hello friends, welcome back to India for IAS. This is Manjunath Ndod. Topic of this video is polio vaccines. So this topic falls under GS3 paper Science and Technology and General Science. So within General Science, the topic is vaccines and diseases. Recently, an article was published in the Hindu newspaper. So the article explains that the wild polio virus, which was restricted to some pockets of Afghanistan and Pakistan, is now beginning to reappear in big cities in these two countries. So this is one of the cause of concern. The reason being this polio has been almost eradicated worldwide through vaccination. So in this video, we are going to study about the polio disease, its symptoms, and the vaccines. There are two vaccines which are associated with the eradication of polio and challenges associated with the eradication of polio. Then India's and global efforts in eradicating the polio. So now we will briefly study about the polio disease. So polio, it is a poliomyelitis. It is a highly infectious viral disease caused by polio virus. So this polio virus, it primarily spreads through the fecal oral route. The virus multiplies in the intestine and can invade the nervous system, causing paralysis in the affected person. So this polio virus, it primarily affects the young children and can lead to the permanent paralysis of the children. So coming to the symptoms of the polio virus or poliomyelitis. So the initial symptoms include fever, fatigue, headache, vomiting, stiffness in the neck, and pain in the limbs. In a small percentage of cases, the virus can cause paralysis, which can be permanent. So coming to the impact of the polio virus, it can result in lifelong disability, and in some cases, it can be fatal also. Now we will briefly look into the types of polio virus that are being administered worldwide. So the first one being inactivated poliovirus vaccine and the second one is oral poliovirus vaccine. So coming to the inactivated poliovirus vaccine, this inactivated poliovirus vaccine, it was developed by the Dr. Jonas Salk in the year 1950. So coming to the composition of this poliovirus vaccine, it contains the inactivated, that is killed poliovirus strains of all the three poliovirus types. So this poliovirus, it administered through or injected through intramuscularly or subcutaneously. The schedule of the administration of this vaccine is as follows. Typically, this vaccine is given in multiple doses. The vaccination starts when the child is 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, and 18 months old, and a booster dose at 4 to 6 years of the child. The advantages of this vaccine are it is safe for the immunocompromised individuals. It means those whose immunity is compromised, for them it is safe, and there is no risk of vaccine derived polio virus in the case of inactivated poliovirus vaccine. Whereas the disadvantages associated with the vaccine are it requires sterile injection equipment and a trained healthcare worker to administer the polio vaccine, and also it is more expensive than the oral poliovirus vaccine. So this is all about the inactivated poliovirus vaccine. Now we will briefly look into the oral poliovirus vaccine. It was developed by Dr. Albert Sabin in the year 1960s. Coming to the composition of oral poliovirus vaccine, it contains the live attenuated means weakened poliovirus strains, whereas in the case of IPV, that is inactivated poliovirus vaccine, the dead or killed virus strains are used. In the case of oral poliovirus vaccine, the weakened or live poliovirus strains are used to prepare the vaccine. So this poliovirus vaccine, it is administered orally. So it is administered orally to the patient or to the children. So this vaccine, it is also administered in multiple doses. The first dose at the birth of the child, second at 6 weeks, then 10 weeks, then 14 weeks intervals, and the booster doses at 1.5 years, 5 years, and 10 years. So coming to the advantages of this oral poliovirus, it is easy to administer. So it is easy to administer. Then It induces gut immunity, crucial for interrupting the transmission of vaccine-derived polio virus, and it is also inexpensive. So this vaccine is also inexpensive. So coming to the disadvantages associated with this vaccine, so there is a risk of vaccine-associated paralytic poliomyelitis and a risk of circulating vaccine-derived poliovirus. So there are two risks associated with this polio vaccine. So this is all about the oral polio virus vaccine. Now we will briefly study about the Global Polio Eradication Initiative. So this initiative, it was launched in the year 1988 by World Health Organization, Rotary International, and the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in association with UNICEF. So the goals of this initiative is to eradicate polio worldwide through immunization and surveillance. So these two are the important keywords. So this initiative, it wants to eradicate the polio worldwide through immunization and surveillance. The strategies this initiative follows are as follows: mass immunization campaign with oral polio virus vaccine, routine immunization with inactivated polio virus vaccine, then surveillance of acute flaccid paralysis cases, then rapid response to the outbreaks of the polio virus. So coming to the success of this initiative, the polio cases reduced by over 99% since this initiative has been launched. So the wild polio virus type 2, it was eradicated in the year 2015, and the Africa declared free of the world polio virus in the year 2020. So these are the three achievements of the global polio eradication initiative. So the detailed notes of this video, it is available in the PDF handout, which you can download from the Telegram channel. So now we will look into India's polio eradication efforts. So India started pulse polio immunization program. So it was launched in the year 1995, and it is aimed at the eliminating polio in India through mass immunization drives. So coming to the achievements of the India's pulse polio immunization program, India declared polio free in the year 2014, and intensive monitoring and high immunization coverage are one of the aspects of this polio eradication program. Then coming to the challenges associated with polio eradication are, so maintaining of high immunization coverage is one of the aspect to prevent the re-emergence of the polio virus, and surveillance and rapid responses to the potential outbreaks of the polio virus are major challenges in achieving the polio eradication. So while studying the polio vaccines, we have come through a term called vaccine-derived poliovirus. So now we will briefly look into what is a vaccine-derived poliovirus. So this vaccine-derived poliovirus is mutated strains of the poliovirus originally contained in the oral poliovirus vaccine. So this can cause outbreaks in under-immunized populations. So this is one of the side effects of the oral poliovirus vaccine. So coming to the types of vaccine-derived poliovirus, the first one is circulating vaccine-derived poliovirus. It spreads in communities with low immunization coverage. And the second one is immunodeficiency related vaccine derived poliovirus. It occurs in individuals with immune deficiencies, the people who are facing immunity this occurs in such people. Then the third one is ambiguous vaccine derived poliovirus. So it occurs in isolated cases with no known sources of infection. So this is all about the vaccine derived polio. So based on the topic that we have discussed so far, that is polio virus and its vaccines, here we have provided one plain question. So the question contains 4 statements. Go through all the 4 statements and comment your answer. The answer and detailed explanation for this question is available in the PDF handout, which you can download by joining our Telegram channel. So this PDF, it also contains the detailed notes of this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, happy learning.